side tangents to go on for this episode of the Download Queue, episode 75. In the background, it's really good segues that people get to experience, but it all works out in the long run. We are coming at you live Sunday, July 13th. Half of the year gone. Half of the year is a whisper in the wind. It feels weird. It feels like we're just getting. It's been
a long year.
It's been a long 4 months.
It's been a long month and a half with the Switch too. That's crazy. You said that when we were trying to stream earlier today before I had to dip out, playing some Mario Kart World, that we've had it for over a month, and that is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was weird. Like I told you, when I mentioned it, I was like talking to it with Hannah. I was like, it feels like a week ago everyone was like theory crafting and trying to guess what Mario Kart World was gonna be and how open a world was gonna work, and now it's just here. Like it's just an everyday aspect of our lives now. At least in my life, I'm using it daily.
Yeah, I'm not playing it every day.
As a hater.
Yeah, I fell off. I'm honestly, I saw Bonanza looks awesome. I'm gonna wait on it. I think that's gonna be something I want to experience with our daughter first. She's almost E2. I think we're starting in the window. She loves watching play games, but she can't connect it yet. We're getting there. The brain's starting to form the connections, right? So I'm gonna wait. So I'm honestly waiting for Final Fantasy Tactics. Comes out on my birthday, which is always like, ooh, fun. But I like tactics games. I haven't dove into one much, and I'm waiting for that handheld game experience that I just keep picking up. That's the game that I'm waiting for the Switch too. So I don't expect, honestly, it to be something I play a lot. It's going to be us playing games, me and my wife playing games casually. I played Tears of the Kingdom again, but fell back off of it because I'm like, whatever. I'm getting annoyed by all the stages that are following me. I have 3 of them, and I'm like, oh, this is blows. Like, I don't like them around me. They go away. So I fell off of that again, but yeah, I imagine I'm going to play the Switch every day for a while.
You're not like going back. You had your Switch 1, obviously, but you didn't like skip a whole lot of stuff you want to return to now. That's where I'm at. Like, I picked up Cuphead and stuff I mentioned. I have like Pokemon Snap I want to get back to. Like, I have a list I can get to, but
yeah, no, I'm just not like that with Nintendo. I have yet to go back to Super Mario 64, and it's stabbing me in the brain every time I think about it because I'm like, I gotta do it, right? I want to, but it's so rageful. But so I've missed out on that. So I am planning and currently, I can't really say currently working on it. I'll be honest with myself. But that is the plan, to work through those Mario 3D games, 64, Sunshine, Odyssey, and ultimately, Galaxy, and then ultimately Odyssey and such there. But there's going back and playing games. No, I mean, I didn't beat Tears of the Kingdom, but that's going to be something I casually play, go back. I want to sit and play on my Switch. I'm going to play Tears of the Kingdom for now, but that's not an everyday thing. So I can't think of things I missed out on that I want to go back to.
We will get into that a little more here later on in the show. So ease into it. Couple news things I want to talk about, bring up some tangents, and then we'll get into the big juicy bits later on. Here on the Download Queue. Again, we record each and every Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here, twitch.tv/BadlandsBacklog, so you are able to join us live in the chat on Twitch and YouTube. Ask some questions, give us your comments. I will read them read them live as we record and go through the show. The comments are alive. The AI is becoming sentient. It's Grok 3 invading the show. Yeah, getting some tea there. Yeah, getting into it here. Couple quick things to kind of follow up on week's news that we talked about last week. In the wake of Xbox's layoffs, their restructuring, as things go, we kind of got what the future looks like from Rare, one of the studios that was affected with Everwild's cancellation. Because, as timing would have it, a couple days after the fact, they had their first, that they're now calling community directs instead of gameplay showcases, what the year has in store, stuff like that. They had a community direct, which is how they're going to be doing things moving forward, and kind of shown a light on what their studio now looks like, for better or for worse, which for me personally, worse. First off, coming to Sea of Thieves, I would like to point out custom seas, which for content creators and people who have huge groups that play, this is kind of the top thing that they have wanted for years to come. You have full private servers now you can opt into, or you can change game time, weather effects, how often stuff spawns, custom events. Pretty much have your own private server that, I mean, Roblox, Minecraft, stuff like that, where you can edit it to how you want it to be. They're removing NDAs for the Insider program, which is a weird thing to me. They've long since had a Sea of Thieves Insider, so you're getting updates a month or two in advance, testing stuff out, beta testing stuff. NDAs on that are now off, so people who have been in that or are in it in the future moving forward can openly talk about what is coming into the game moving forward. They talked a little bit about season structure moving forward because they're kind of tweaking how they're doing that instead of the big 4 updates they were doing. But the bigger thing that comes off of this, which leads back to the main topic, game development perspective is narrowing, I would say is the word. From here on, Rare is creating 2 dedicated teams, one for addressing Sea of Thieves' core game issues of quality control, with the other preparing multi-year plan and directions. So, off of that, it does not seem that Rare is doing more projects. They're purely solely a Sea of Thieves studio moving forward, based off the direct and what they've said. Or it could just be worded in a way, I guess, where for the Sea of Thieves community, there's 2 teams for Sea of Thieves, one for quality, one for updates moving forward. Because with how much they're doing content-wise, I don't know how much longer they can really stretch out Sea of Thieves 1 servers. Like, at some point, you got to do a Sea of Thieves 2. You have to update the engine, you have to update just across the board type thing. So it's interesting, but this is kind of the first studio that's spoken openly about where they're at since D-Day 2025 happened.
Jesus.
Microsoft stormed the gates of Xbox.
I don't know, that got me on that one. It's probably the Coke I'm drinking. I'm not drinking tea. No, I got a Coca-Cola in me. Yeah, no, the updates to Sea of Thieves sound cool. They sound great for where the game is at, and that just makes sense. I like the no NDA, odd, but also that makes it feel more like an early access title as well. But it's both, right? It's like we have this early access build, and then boom, you have the official build, right? So it's kind of cool that they have the NDA to help build hype and get more people engaged with the community. I think that's a smart direction for the game. Having those 2 split up, that makes sense, you know, the upkeep, the maintenance of the game day to day and such, and then the quality of life, so that all kind of makes sense while updating it and such. If that means there's no other game coming from Rare, that is a bummer. It definitely is a bummer, right? Especially they've been working on Everwild for so long. We're probably going to learn nothing about why and what went wrong. I hope we get some info and tidbits or insider knowledge of like what went wrong, because I wonder if it was just mismanaged at the end of the day. Xbox has put so much money and they had this go do everything because we need to fill the Game Pass library, and times are what they are currently. Microsoft, their parent company, is so focused on AI, and that's where the money is going to be funneled into. So guess what's on the axe? The creative shit. And that's a bummer. And that sucks. And that is the wrong thing to invest in. The wrong thing to not invest in. You should invest in the creative, the games, through the AI stuff. Like, you don't need that much money to fund it even, right? It's sad. So like, it's just unfortunate. I hope it is strictly, this is how our Sea of Thieves team is handling it. This is where we're going to go from here with Sea of Thieves. And then Rare, they're probably moving into a Banjo-Kazooie, right? Something like that. Everwild seemed ambitious. It didn't work. If it was a multiplayer thing, am I remembering that correct? There was some multiplayer aspect to it?
From leaks, yeah, it was
okay.
Same kind of open world sandbox.
In the current landscape of multiplayer game that demands your time like that is not going to sell. So hard decision, awful decision. You probably shouldn't have, take less money and keep the team that was doing that. That's what it comes down to. But Unfortunate that we get there, understand why not to invest in a multiplayer game in this time. The hope there is to let the team just move over and work on a single player, more focused project, or even like a couch co-op multiplayer, just not a live service, server based thing. Like, get rid of that.
And you mentioned, I mean, jokingly mentioned Banjo, but like,
I don't think it's joking though. I think how many you mention it, and I have loosely how we see it so often online as a jokey thing. At some point, you're sitting there like, all right, Astrobot's doing well. People are loving Mario. Like, all right.
I think
like,
enough of that core team is left though and gone to Playtonic that like,
yeah,
the people who would want to do that
IP
aren't there. But the IP, yeah.
But who's saying make it? Who's saying Everwild's done and y'all doing this now? That's an awful situation. I hope they're not being forced into making that.
Don't bring that up again.
You know, but like stuff like that could occur in that. So I'm leaning more hopeful on it, and that it makes sense. We know player time is not focused on single player games. They're all playing the free to play Fortnite multiplayer thing, and you're not going to pull them away for that for long. And I think Xbox has been pretty funding smaller games like South of Midnight, or not funding. More so, what I'm saying is they're focusing on getting smaller titles out as opposed to these big time sinks. Because hey, that's just where we're at in the world. People are, when you got to keep up on that Fortnite Battle Pass with all your friends and it's free, I don't have time to play a big game and a big RPG. So Xbox is making moves that isn't just for our little bubble, what we want necessarily. They're trying to make everyone happy, and that's probably going to screw themselves in the foot. Yeah, same sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to add to that though. It's kind of anything's sort of possible for them now if they do have the time they're not talking about, because it was with Sea of Thieves being the main thing. You just let go of the Sea of Thieves creative director last week, 2 weeks ago. So like, who's taking that mantle up, and is that part of just the restructuring? They didn't want to stick with just Sea of Thieves. Microsoft wanted to stick with Sea of Thieves. That's why they got rid of people who wanted to kind of do other things. So now more than ever, it does kind of feel like anything could happen, but is it actually going to happen as time goes on? Which is a weird place to be. I mean, it's an exciting place from the outside, but like, how long now in the future? We're talking years before we see anything new.
Well, and Brian, our guest from last week from United We Nerds, put it very well. You know, Xbox does not have the benefit of the doubt right now. So I'm being hopeful that this is a restructuring. Unfortunate because your parent company is taking money away and putting it somewhere else. Okay, we got to make tough decisions, but we're still going to create something that's in the heart of what we want. That's the hope. But hey, if they're just becoming the Sea of Thieves studio because that's all that has been successful from them lately, that's unfortunate because it's not what it could be. So
time will tell.
They got to prove it. Yep.
I'm hoping. I mean, I jumped back in Sea of Thieves last week again. Like, it's still there. The magic's still there. Community is so active. Like, they just need a solid foundation.
The private servers get me excited. I think that's something really cool. Not that we have a huge community or not that we're collabing with a bunch of people, but the aspect of it, like I can see that being something we could do, and that could be really fun. And especially you can curate it, being like, so how fast can you destroy 5 ships? And you boom, boom, there's five over there, 5 over there. Oh, and like that's cool. Is that this type of shit you can do in that? Like, that's awesome. That's a cool thing you can do in that sandbox, because the sandbox is really, really cool. But hey, if the game's just going in the maintenance mode, unfortunate. Hopefully Rare is not just going to be a Sea of Thieves studio.
Gonna be renamed.
I don't know.
Sea of Thieves Studio. Talked about it last week.
That's true. Would it just be C Studios?
Yeah, maybe. SOT Studios.
Studio
hey, you just celebrated your 40-year anniversary.
Studio
new
of
name.
Thieves.
Dude, that's kind of sick.
That's kind of a good studio name. Trademark.
Bam. It's our studio now.
Boom. Can't steal it. I just trademarked it. Copyright it.
Copyright.
Just did it.
Also, a quick shout out this week that ended. Moving along here for quick news stuff. I I shout it out every year. It was one of my favorite things that happens every year. Summer Games Done Quick has just ended last night, I believe, was the ending thing with Delta Ruin as their finale game, totaling $2,436,614 raised for Doctors Without Borders. 1 year I'd like to go. The Summer Games Done Quick. They do their two events, Summer and Awesome Games. Summer Games is actually held in Minneapolis over here. So something I'd like to check out in person one of these times. A lot of cool runs this year. I had it on in the background pretty much all week. They had a lot of new stuff. Newer games were featured, I think, more than ever. Mario Kart World was there. Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered was there. Indiana Jones, I think, had its first showing. So Avowed, I think, was even there for its first year release. Like, they focused a lot on newer titles,
cool.
which is cool to see. So even
I saw a clip of Mario Kart and I was like, "Whoa! I didn't realize you can speedrun Mario Kart World." But I guess doing the tracks and such would be games done quick. So that's awesome to see.
The Mario Kart was really cool.
I kind of want to kind of look that one up.
Yeah.
Like, or later, like, just see what I don't understand what that means. The games done quick is something you exposed me to indecently. You indecently exposed. It was decent.
Look at my games.
I didn't know about it until last year. You talked about it, and it's just something I haven't gone into much. But this year I saw a lot more clips of it, and like I just said, like, a little more interested into it. So I got to look that up. It's a cool thing. Awesome, the money raising for Doctors Without Borders. I haven't worked with them, but I worked in a company that they partnered with them. So while I didn't directly work with Doctors Without Borders, we had staff that did and go on trips with that. So it's like, oh, that's cool. That, like, good organization doing some great work.
It's awesome to watch. I'm not watching speedruns outside of this. This isn't my ish I'm into, but they do it in such a way that it's kind of like a presentation, like showcasing what could be done. And you watch one here and there, and it's like, oh, they just casually hit a new world record at like a event like this. Like, that's cool as hell to see. And then seeing like the new games like Mario Kart World, which that was interesting because with the open world aspect of it now, it kind of fundamentally changes how they approach it. Because like there's times where you could turn around, jump around the finish line, and it counts as a lap. But now it's like, oh, if you reverse in a certain way and rewind the camera back, it counts as a lap or two. Like, it fundamentally changes how Mario Kart's approach. So very interesting to see. They have full schedule. All the VODs are posted on YouTube. So get a free time, scroll through, see a game you're interested in. It's there, available. With couch commentators too. So with the runners actually focusing, they handpick a handful, 3-4 people to sit behind them and kind of commentate what's happening. So if it does get to be, this is very kind of minute level detail stuff, they're kind of explaining it in a way that's easily to understand. So very cool to watch. Shout out to them again. 1 year, Minneapolis. I'll be there.
Yeah, we got to get you there. You just got to go.
No.
You got a timeout SummerSlam with it, right? Your Summer of Minneapolis.
It's a month difference, but yeah, I'll just stay in Minneapolis for a month.
There you go. Great city.
I don't want to do SummerSlam anymore. If it's going to be like this year, I'm out. I don't want no jelly rolls there.
Hey, you haven't even seen it yet. We got Cardi B as well.
Cardi B. Does she? Oh, yeah, she's the host.
She's the host, and she has not been available to do anything for it yet. They've had to get Jelly Roll involved. Anyways, we're welcome to the wrestling portion of the show.
Hey, well, I did have an AEW pay-per-view last night.
Evolution's happening right now. Oh, did you watch All In? I just want to know.
I watched it after the fact. I went half and half with my buddy to watch, and then 20 minutes before it started, I told you I got called in for work. 7 hours later on my days off, and literally I got home as it ended. So I was able to watch what I wanted, but
oh man, yeah, no, the fact that you got stuck sneaking toilets is one thing. But yeah, that the context of that makes that sad. I feel bad. I feel for you.
No, it was solid though. Like it fundamentally, it again, like AEW does such a quality product that just gets overlooked because of where WWE is at right now. Like that show was killer last night. There was maybe one match out of the whole thing. Like we could have skipped this, but like just quality nonstop, and they don't really get the recognition they deserve. But Huge showing.
Yeah, they're in the GC dub era where they have to do a lot to get attention, and like the blood stuff is a lot for me. It's just like I look at all the fake glass, like, oh, we're dragging them through. That's okay. Okay, I don't care. It doesn't do anything for me. It pulls me out of it where I'm like, that's fake. Like, he's dead. If you pull someone through real glass like that, they're dead on the mat. Like it, so it pulls me out.
It's the barbed wire,
that match,
Kyle.
though, seeing every clip I saw, I was like, how many people got involved in this final match? And like even Daniel Bryanson coming back,
Came back.
Like, even me, I'm like, wow, yes. So I don't
First
know.
time
I'm not
coming
gonna
back
start
since he
paying
lost the
$50.
belt.
And that's even I was aware of that, and it was in a briefcase for so long.
Yep.
So like, it's silly, goofy. I probably won't watch stuff like that, but it did look like the clips are cool. It's just that the blood stuff I still can't get past. Where if it goes too much, I'm like, all right, like you.
It's understandable though. That if I had to pay the 50, I would not be in. Like I go half and half with my buddy. And this was, I think, the first one of theirs I've watched since that one in October where Daniel Bryan lost the belt. So I've been out for like half a year at this point. Like,
yeah,
get back in. But wrestling
That
talk,
makes sense.
wrestling podcast. Love it. That's what we do here.
it's our little tangent.
Little tangent. Kyle, you mentioned earlier in the show, you have been playing Super Mario 64. I began my journey with GTA 5, as well as my journey this year to play all the old Final Fantasies. I got the Pixel Remaster, playing them for the first time. So far after the fact, struggling my way through. I want to talk about it. It's an experience.
Yeah, this is something that I don't think I realized and grasped. So you bought the Pixel remake, which were remasters, which are 1 through
6.
8, 6. Okay, and these are just like almost like just straight up remasters.
How
not
they,
like doing
yeah.
crazy stuff. It's just like no, it's pretty much the same game. Just now it runs all together. Right?
Couple quality of life things. So obviously, like
Yeah.
the new HD pixel stuff across the board looks great. They added stuff like the auto battles. So if you're running through the open world and lower levels, it'll just automatically do the attacks. So like speed through. So some quality of life stuff. Going through the first game, I had a hard guide because I was lost. And I would not beat it without because it's does not tell you shit. But looking through that, it does seem like some steps have been cut or some middle steps of take item A to point B instead of C, D, then B type thing has been changed, but nothing to the core experience has been finally
All right,
walked.
cool. You playing on Xbox?
Switch. One of my Switch games.
Switch.
Yeah.
Oh.
So again, using it daily for stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the type of game that is a great handheld thing.
But it brought up to my mind because it's something I feel I talked about when I played through Uncharted. Or not Uncharted, Last of Us, sorry. Of old games are old. Coming to them in 2025 and looking at them from an angle of appreciation / trying to understand the design ideas. Your slopes on Mario 64 back in the day and trying to do them on controllers now, not good. And just how we kind of view games nowadays. Because now it's everything's a cinematic set piece. Everything looks beautiful and everything runs how it should. But you return to this older stuff and it's literally a moment in time that you're now trying to experience kind of unbiasedly to enjoy it if that's what you're trying to do, or just understand it. Which I feel for some people is different, because I mentioned The Last of Us did not work for me. Terrible time. And that's not even that old. That was just over 10 years at that point. But with you and Mario 64, it's 20 plus years. Final Fantasy, longer than that. Like, it's been a journey, I feel, and kind of changing how I not necessarily review games, but like look at them and what they're trying to do, which I feel could be a whole other level of trying to be insider knowledge.
Yeah, I think it touches on something that I've seen other people comment on this as well, like across Twitter and Threads and Blue Sky and such, of like reviewers kind of missing the point lately, and like Oh, our bud, who's our friend who also does a fantasy critic with us.
Big nerd.
Western nerd.
Yep. Big nerd gaming.
Okay. Big nerd. See, in my brain, I said United We Nerd. So I was like,
So many nerds.
That's Brian Saber. So, but yeah, Western Nerd put out a thing about Rematch, a little post, and he was saying like reviewers just are missing the point. Like, Rematch has a 70, I don't know what it is currently, had a 74 on Metacritic, and I'm like, what? Like that is insanely low to me for what it is. Like in the 80s makes sense, but like 74, really?
76 now.
I haven't. Oh, cool. Like I have not experienced. It's a great game, but across the board, really okay. Like I think the four is there. And again, he goes on to talk about like a lot of the reviewers or complaints are no cosmetics. Like there's not enough here where the gameplay is like really solid, but they don't have this on the side. It's like, well, what's the point though? Like, is the game a game? Is the game good, or is the dressing around it not there? So I feel like people are starting to talk about that and talking about old games being old, and it helps me. It has helped me like view Mario or view games like, yeah, we got to look at the scope and the context of what the game was made around. Dragon Age Veilguard started as a multiplayer game, came out, you can see those seams and it feels a little odd. If you're going to detract from it, I feel like you have to also add the context. So complaining about Super Mario 64 and the dumb camera and the rage I feel, like I'm not mad at the game. I'm mad at my dumb thumb and my dumb brain for having muscle memory and for knowing that the right stick will just turn the camera, right? The camera just does that. I've learned that, but not in this game. So I'm not mad at the game, but it's more of like you have to unlearn it. So when you're looking at the game, it's like, okay, hold on. This game was different. This is the first 3D Mario game. They didn't have that type of camera made. That's not what they went in designing. They were still figuring out whatever explanation is actually for why the camera is booty hole like that. That doesn't, like, that's just how the game is. So it is like a moment of time, right? It's stepping out and saying, well, this game's bad because the camera sucks. No, that's just how it was. So like the game is using the camera as it's intended. It's how the game is and figuring it out. That makes sense?
Yeah, no, it 100 makes sense. And it kind of like ties in with what I mentioned with Final Fantasy, where if I was a young kid playing those for the first time when they were released, I'm sure that idea of open exploration and happenstance stumbling upon the next part of your quest or what you're supposed to do next would be rewarding and feel really cool. But nowadays, where I'm an adult and I'm fitting this in between job and relationships and life, where it feels more almost like a hindrance. And that's, like I said, with one, I hard stopped. Two, jumping into it now, I'm very early on still, but it's so much more kind of streamlined of what you're doing and how open it is with classes and battles and stuff that I still have a guide that I go to, but it's not as step by step. It's kind of just bullet points. This is what you do kind of thing, which it feels a lot better. And it's cool kind of to see that evolution of when they were developing them, of where they kind of focused on this may have been an issue with the first game. Let's kind of double down and pad this out, make it feel better moving forward. And seeing that evolution through hopefully continues as a good thing to see, a reliable thing to see, because my enjoyment of the second one immediately is so much higher than one that I'm excited to go back to it. It's not, I need to do this because I want to, sort of thing.
Interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I looked at those ones, but I'm not gonna go back and get those.
Which it's not for everyone. It's something personally like I want to do, but do you ever feel that like with these older stuff, we talked about it before, I think games that like the major games we skipped out on, do you ever feel like you're missing out on stuff with those? Or like something you should return to?
No, because in the last 3-4 years, I've like started playing more games as opposed to just playing games, right? Madden, Destiny, now I'm playing games, and I think I've learned and accepted that not everything's for me. And in the past, like I've bought in games and like, I'm not a basketball guy. Why did I spend 70, or it wasn't 70 at the time? Why did I buy this? And I just, well, it is what it is. And there's a couple, I can't even think of the single player story games I played and was like, oh, like Lost Planet on the 360. Like played it and then got stuck early on and was like, oh well. So no, but I kind of lost my train of thought on that one. Not gonna lie.
No, that's fine.
What was your question on that? Sorry.
If you feel like you're missing out on
There
the
it is.
experience or like the conversation or the idea of being a part of it.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, no, because I've learned it's like, it is what it is. Like some games aren't for you. And then going back, two games is hard. Like talking about 64, like Mario is different in a way, and especially Super Mario 64. I think there are reasons to play it and get through it. And I'm beyond me just doing it on stream. I want to play it. I want to beat Super Mario 64. Like it's so revered, and again, my issues with it are my own my own inability to just stop clicking my thumb. Like it's my fault for the most part. But like I've just played so many games that I've just played and whatever. Game Pass has helped with that. Being able to hop in, try something, and been like, this isn't for me. I think I've accepted I'm not gonna play everything and it's not worth my time. I scroll through Game Pass, I'm like, nah, I don't need to try this. Like I look at it, I'm like, Hollow Knight, nah, move on. You're gonna play an hour like you have before and then stop playing it. It's you just gotta be comfortable picking and choosing.
That is specifically something I think I said at the start of the year for kind of like New Year's resolutions was to put down games more often, because I was that person of I started this, I need to do credits to feel like I got my money's worth type thing. But with Game Pass and Switch 2 now, like I bought this game or I invested time into this game. That doesn't mean I have to beat it. Like I've accepted that in my life now, and this year I've probably put down more games more than ever, which has done a number of my completion percentage on my Xbox achievements, but that's a whole other personal issue we don't kind of go into. But it has been nice to try out more new things, and when something does stick that I'm enjoying, it feels better because it's not, oh, I sat through 5 bad games I didn't enjoy to get to this one finally, where it was, cool, I got to kind of piecemeal try out this, and this, and now I found something I want to invest time into. It feels a lot better, and I feel like I'm enjoying my time playing games more, and it feels less kind of checklisty and jobby.
That's good. Yeah, no, because that's like where Destiny has felt like that a lot at times, and it's always been fun to see over its 10-year plus span. The community get upset like there's not enough to do. I already beat everything. It's like y'all beat everything in a week. That's on you. That's like you're playing 80 hours a week. That's on you. Like it's okay to take a step back and take a break. Oh, the game's not doing enough for me. Take a break and come back later. That's like there's seasons I've played 3 hours in. That's fine. And then the next season I'm putting 80 plus, like in 2 weeks. Like you gotta ebb and flow with it. Otherwise you fall off hard and you end up missing stuff, right? If you're trying like, oh, I gotta beat this game, I gotta skip this one. It's like, oh, then it's gone and you never end up playing it. Whereas you force yourself to play something dumb. Yeah, I haven't had too many instances of that, which is nice. I don't think I try enough stuff, but in the past 4 years, like I said, I've been better about that.
I think that, to be fair, though, is kind of an issue that games are kind of facing, because that's how a large portion of communities play stuff now, sadly. And I think games are trying to kind of design and development to attract those people. And I think a lot of that goes to like Twitch and speedrunning and just streamers in general, or people trying to min-max the fun out of games. I saw that a lot going back to Switch 2 with Mario Kart came out. Within a week, there's people doing guides of how to get max coins to unlock all the vehicles and how to get all the skins within a damn, like, why? Just play and enjoy it. Like, if people want to do that, fine, but don't be advertising it, because those same people who are doing that and immediately unlock everything are going to be the first ones at the gate. Like, where's the new content? Where's the next thing? Like, just play games how we used.
Yeah, and that can tie into the missing the point. Like reviewers can't be missing the point of the game, and it's something I think I'm trying to be more focused on, or I already am, of like what the game's intention is, what the scope is. Like if you're going into South of Midnight thinking it was something like, I'm trying to think. A better way is people put Starfield as it needed to be the game of the generation, which it was rumored and leaked and blah blah blah. There's a lot of reasons why it got there, but when you have those expectations, like you're gonna be let down. So you can't even put that on the game, and that wasn't their intention. But also, your definition of game of the generation is different from what that actually means. If Starfield continues and has another update, please, another Starborn story-based update that fixes a lot, please, and adds more stuff. If that happens and then mods continue on like they are and how they are, like expansive story content mods from the community, in 10 years, yeah, is that not going to be a game of the... Would that not be some type of game of a generation, like with what it's done if it keeps growing? So it just changes as we're not there yet. But when you put those expectations, it's all over the place, you know? We're not looking at what the game is saying it is, and we're saying, well, this is what I view it as. Mario Kart comes out, it has all the stuff. I beat it all. It's not enough. It's like, well, no, it's a game for kids and families, and you did all the stuff really quickly as an adult. Congrats, like you beat the kid game. I'm proud of you. Like, but why are you saying there needs to be more? There's other games that are like Forza Motorsport and Gran Turismo that are super in depth in simulation, and you can go mess with your tires and gas and like, oh, I'm gonna put this much gas in because it gives me an extra weight, and I know I can take that turn. You can get that granular with it. Go play those games. Don't get mad at a family game for doing stuff for a family and keeping multiple people in charge in mind and age groups in mind. And you get mad at it, it's silly.
Nah.
You got to remember the scope and stuff in games, and yeah.
Which I think, to that point, I think it's a big reason why remasters and stuff are so kind of what everyone wants nowadays, because those are things that the community's not having expectations of. It's a known entity. They know what they're getting out of that product. They know what the game is. It's not trying to make it a bigger deal than it is being marketed as, or it's not trying to be chasing the coattails of the new trend or fad that's going on. It's safe in what we're in the know on, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, more often than not. I mean,
that's like the cheap way of doing it, though, is not you. Oh, it's known, so we can just go do that thing. Like it's an easy thing. We'll make it nicer. Whereas you can still do that, but with a new thing, right? Like people liked XYZ game that was really well. People played a lot of 10 to 20 to 30-hour games in that era when that was commonplace, and now they're playing less of those games. Oh, we put one of those games out and a lot of more people played it. Oh, I don't know. The info's there. They're just chasing the money. They're not chasing what gets. They're not thinking with the creative at the core. I think that's what I'm trying to say, right? It's so you miss out on stuff.
Looking at the critic scores instead of community reception.
And even in this conversation I brought up too, like people aren't playing games. They're playing games, but they're in Fortnite, NBA 2K. You know, they're in the games that are live service and ask you to put a lot of time into it, and you've put a lot of time and money already into it. You're not hopping off to try something else right now. So it's companies responding to that, and I don't know. Interesting.
I think it's a harder thing to message or market, I feel, when, like you said, it's everyone's playing Fortnite and sports games and stuff, but trying to tell those people about all these other great experiences that are also available on your platform of choice, like, I feel it's kind of a harder task to do. Going back, I mentioned
Game Pass.
It's Game Pass, but even then,
it's free, right? It's free though. Whoa, like I bought Game Pass for a year because Call of Duty's in there. I'm gonna get the next one. I don't have to worry about it. Free Call of Duty for a year. Oh, there's all this other shit here. Eventually you do, but they're still, they still haven't marketed to grab people enough. But I don't know. I think like that is Microsoft Xbox's response to that thing, and we've seen that's why I keep bringing that up, because I keep seeing the player time mentioned when looking at articles or seeing people talk about Xbox lately. That keeps getting brought up as why they're investing in what they're investing in. So, and it makes sense. And yeah, the Game Pass is their answer to it, but are people really playing the games? Right? So like South of Midnight, I don't know any, that's my big metric of like, Game Pass game, smaller scope, original IP, new thing, right? It got a lot of attention when it came out, but what was the attach rate? How many people beat the game? How many people got past the first boss? How many people beat the first section and left? Right? Like, I think that's what Xbox is more looking at, and game developers, honestly, right? It's that because it's if you are in the game longer, then it justifies money going to it because that means they're not in Fortnite longer, which is taking money. We're getting into like the business side of stuff a little bit, but
Well, it's kind of goes into when they were talking. I think going into this generation, there was the leaks or patents of Xbox and PlayStation wanting to like put advertisements in games.
oh yeah,
Oh, you have an advertisement between levels and stuff. Like it kind of ties in. Well, if we can't get them in our live service Fortnite's battle royales and stuff, how do we get those sort of microtransaction bumps elsewhere in the single player stuff? Which turns out to be a scummy situation.
and I think that practice is done. I think there's been enough successful games by a big enough margin that without microtransactions, and they've gotten enough sentiment and good heart where it's like, all right, we don't need to do that. I'm not there yet, but I feel like more games are getting, like the good games do not have microtransactions. Not saying every game with microtransaction is bad or is not even great. Like there are great games with microtransactions, but a good game doesn't have microtransactions for cosmetics.
To put some info on some stats here for you for your South of Midnight example, based off of True Achievements, which is a site I use, guides, they take people on the site that are registered with their Xbox account plus average numbers based off of Xbox player base to the site ratio. For your unlock percentages, for example, on the site themselves, people who are registered, 99.91% of people have beat Chapter 1 of South of Midnight, with an estimated 66.63% of Xbox Global beating Chapter 1, which drops down to beating the game, drops down to 41.45% on the site have actually beat the game. So not even half of the people who have played it have rolled credits. And only 19%
a 40%, but a 40% retention rate, honestly, I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think like thinking in the terms of like it's a game a free game that drops, anyone can hop in, the millions of people can hop in. I think that's like solid for a game like that based off of your quick metric that you just pulled up. Yeah, I mean, number wise, what does that mean? What does that mean for them? I don't know. I'm not a business person. I don't know what that would equate to. Haven't got there in my business acumen. But yeah, like I think it's just more about attach rate, and that's not metrics they're going to talk about. We're not going to get those metrics.
No.
We just have to like scrounge around and find it like that. That's cool.
I think I like the South of Midnight. I think Avowed could also fit in there as sort of a different metrics to check. And I think the next one too to look out on how it does would be Keeper from Double Fine. Because Double Fine was the one that Phil openly talked about as we wanted to have them on board because they are kind of that want to do more weird creative studio games that with Game Pass they don't have that sort of money to make back or expectations to meet to be successful. Where in their metrics of, oh, if we got this many people in, cool, that's good enough for us type thing.
Yeah, that's a good call out for that one. Oh man, I'm so excited for Keeper. It looks cool. And you know, I haven't beaten any Double Fine games, but I see them and that looks cool. But there's something about Keeper that looks and grabs me a little more than Psychonauts, correct? I'm connecting the right studio?
Yep.
Okay.
So good. So good.
I should play this. I really need to play the second one. I tried to start when in my very early days of streaming. Maybe I was even on Mixer. Like I'm talking early.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been loosely streaming for a very long time. I tried to play Psychonauts, but I fell off hard of it. So I should just jump into Psychonauts 2 one time.
One is a rough experience.
Like the story and like the experience. Everyone just talks about the weird stuff, and then like the other stuff going on too, like the smarts of it, right? The
Well,
writing and stuff.
One's a rough experience, like a Super Mario 64 thing, where it's a product of its time. Two, though, is like emotionally captivating, mentally captivating. Like it's one of the I cried. I'm an emotional mess in general, but I cried during that game. It was my game of the year in 2021. I loved it.
Yeah, no, that's something I should play. See, I regret not playing that one.
There you
I regret missing out on that one, but I don't regret not finishing Psychonauts 1.
It
So, variety.
was good. Good little conversation there. I am gonna check one thing here because Restream just updated and it looks like we dropped off of every single streaming platform fast. So 1 second.
Oh, okay. It says you're still live on our end.
Still
on
here.
my end.
Okay. Just the chat messed
Yeah.
up.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, nothing on this mod thing looks different.
Cool.
Little restream.
To end us off here, after that great discussion, happy what it turned into. Behind me, new backdrop. I've been working on Need Desk, rearranging my goods, rearranging my games,
Okay,
And
don't
last-
rearrange your goods with us here.
rearranging the goods. Doing it the whole time on stream.
The camera's so high up.
You brought up in chat. I got any fun things to show off? I don't know if you got a couple fun things to show. You got that already seems behind you. It's really bad, but love him.
Got 360 rock or Guitar Hero controller.
Oh, Rich. I was gonna say, is that a PS2 one? That'd be dope.
No, it's the Xbox 360 one.
That's a little fortune nowadays, my guy. Turn around, sell
Oh,
that,
I know.
$100.
No, I'm keeping it. When I reset my PC, I lost all my Clone Hero stuff, so I haven't done the dive back into re-downloading it. But that's my little collector's thing I found in the house. I was
Nice.
like, oh yeah, I'm keeping this for a while. Yeah, because I looked up, they are hundreds of dollars. I was like, I want to find another one so me and my wife can play. Man, it sucks. We
That's
need a new rock band. We need a new rock band. Activision Xbox. Oh my goodness, what a win!
I check every time for a drum set at my local game store because like that was what I did. My drum set was so beaten up. I had like duct tape around every single pad to keep it like in place so it was register. So much money.
Yeah.
Like I got $200 for this shit. I'm sorry.
Crazy.
I did go around. I found a couple things. I don't got anything like rare that are like, oh damn, that's wild to have. But I found a couple cool, unique things that, for me and my likes and interests, fun to show off. You grabbing something else? He's grabbing something else.
No, you keep going. I'm gonna collect stuff as you talk and show off.
So my first thing, again, not crazy, but the Halo 3 Xbox 360, which I need to fix because I was going to use this as my GTA 5 machine on stream, and the disk drive doesn't come out, so I got to fix that, I guess. Brand new issue. But Halo 3 Xbox 360, very, Christmas 2 years ago acquired this. A very fun thing. I'm not a collector's edition guy. I have bought 2 in my entire life. One of them being my biggest letdown with BioShock Infinite. But I got the fun Songbird statue that came with the collector's edition. Like a 1.5 foot long wingspan on this guy. Absolutely massive. Good centerpiece up in my living room. Love it.
What game was that? Oh, you said Infinite?
Yeah, BioShock Infinite. The Songbird. I got the art
Spoilers,
book over
what the
there.
hell?
It's on the cover.
I regret not liking BioShock and not getting to it earlier. What an awful experience that last section was.
That's another one of those things where like if you would have played it back in the day and been in the conversation, I think like that has a pull on people,
100%. If I knew the twist before playing it, I wouldn't have played it though. Like getting to the twist, be like, oh, that's awesome. Wow. That would have been a moment to play BioShock with everyone and been like, aha. No. What else you got?
Other collector's edition. Very cool. Still in box, haven't even opened this one. Could sell it one day. But
What?
with the Kingdom Hearts 4 No, Kingdom Hearts 3 pre-order, sorry. Collector's edition. Square Enix has their Play Arts figures, which are just figures you can buy right now. They're like $250 to $600, $700. Final Fantasy characters, Cloud statue, whatever you want it to be. It's a whole line they do. They did a special collection of Sora, Donald, and Goofy in one pack in their Toy Story outfits in a box. So I have that still sealed, unopened, that I have as a collector's piece. It also came with Kingdom Hearts 3 limited edition like pin, Disney pins that everyone does the trading and shit for and goes wild for. I have on TikTok. I watch the hell out of those. I'll never have them, but I watch the hell out of them. My 2 collector's editions I've ever bought.
Yeah, you just left them unopened. That's cool.
What do you got? You got some over there?
Oh yeah, I got a Project Scorpio Xbox.
Ayo. So nice.
It's that color gradient. It's kind of the shadow, but it also is a light gray to a darker. Now it's hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah. I put it behind me, but you can't see it. It's just been behind there the whole time.
I think my left bumper went out of my Scorpio controller. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I got stick drift on, and the A gets stuck. Now, so yeah, it's right over here. It worked, or it's just right there. I just can't sell it. I don't know. You know, this is something I might hold on to forever.
You're not like crazy box guy though, right? Like I have my PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series Xbox to my left still.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like the box it came in, do you keep those? Or just the
No. I got rid of that stuff. There was a time I did, but at some point it's like, it's silly. I'm not gonna repackage it, like whatever. So but yeah. So I got that. That's cool. Thing's heavy as hell. I should plug it in and see how it runs.
Whoa.
That's probably true.
Hannah's using my Scorpio on her TV for Dreamlight Valley and stuff. It is slow.
That would make sense. I got the Stranger from Destiny.
Is that a collector's edition thing or just
No, it's just a statue I got.
Okay.
Probably got it on sale at Best Buy or something. I was like, I'll buy it. Got Master Chief. That's the 20th anniversary all black one from Xbox Shop.
Ooh.
Just a Funko Pop.
I have it's a blue and yellow Spartan. Bastard.
Nuka-Cola Quantum.
I'm a big Jones Soda guy, and there's one store in my town I could buy them, and I keep looking at those online. I'm like, I want to get one just to have and drink the rest. It's so much money for shipping them. Looking back.
Yeah. No, I have another. I have 2 of them. Yeah.
Big Jones Soda guy.
Nah, I'm not. They're gross.
Sure. My last 2. Near and dear to my heart. I talk about them all the time. Rare Software. Love them. Before they closed their online store, this was a couple years ago, they had blind sort of grab bags of themed merch around their games that you could buy. And in some of them, you had a chance of getting, they had 4 gold-plated sort of trading card things for Viva Pinata, Sea of Thieves, Conquer, and Battletoads. 1,985 of each one made only. So 1985, the year they were founded. I managed to snag a Conquer one. Full gold-plated. It is heavier than Sin. It is obviously backwards on the camera. This is 865. If that's going to show up. 865 of the 1985 available. So have a fun little stand for that. I keep that on. Very heavy. It is gold plated. I mean, it's that clings.
You gotta lift some weights.
Lift my gold Conquer card.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, sort of a moment in history. This is a magazine framed cutout from GamePro magazine in September 1997. An advert for Banjo-Kazooie, surprise, surprise, So almost a full year before the game came out in the end of June 1998, which, I mean, it's expected. We have some fun images from the game, talks about the levels and stuff. But something interesting, this last paragraph here, 128 megabyte game features two playable characters, Banjo, Onibear, and Kazooie, a red-crested beagle. Banjo can punch and roll into enemies, while Kazooie, who travels with Banjo's backpack, can fly and can run up hills. Obviously. Although you can only control one character at a time, the two characters share a total of 24 special moves, which they perform in 16 worlds, which I think the final count was only like 9 or 10, maybe 11. So some of the worlds got cut. As they try to rescue Banjo's kidnapped girlfriend, Piccolo, which is not the story of that game at all. You're rescuing Banjo's sister, Tootie, who has been kidnapped to steal her beauty. And this, when I got this, it was part of a Christmas gift, like, lot, was the first I have ever heard of this Piccolo character being involved, which, again, this was September to June that they made that change, made new character model. I have never seen, like, preview models of Piccolo in the game files. So I was very just confused, surprised to see this late in development idea for the main story that I've never seen mentioned anywhere else.
That's so funny. I thought you were gonna say it says like sequel coming out in 2026 or something. You know, like
Nah,
they told us
main
all along. But
main
the fact
story.
that you did find out what the sequel's gonna be about. Could you imagine if like if we do get this, they bring back Banjo Kazooie and like Piccolo's a part of it, and you're
Oh
like,
my
I'm
God.
the thing. Everyone's like, who's Piccolo? But you know.
That's like GamePro, even a magazine. Like I had to look up to like see. Like I've never heard of this magazine to begin with. Like
They're just making shit up on there.
yeah,
They're like, whatever. That's amazing. I do have the Xbox mini fridge. That's
Do you?
next to
Nice.
the blue lamp. That's next to the blue lamp behind me. That's the black monolith. Oh, that's also Keanu Reeves in front of the lamp.
like is Johnny Silverhand or just Keanu? Okay,
He just
like
like
he just
walks
have a
up and gets my
Keanu
ear.
Reeves.
It's actually him.
You're amazing. Oh, he's actually my cousin this whole time.
Yeah, you didn't know that. Okay, that I don't. There's a Wii U remote that I have no idea why I have.
Like the
That's all
gamepad.
I got. No,
Oh,
just like a pro controller, essentially.
oh, I was about to say when I set up upstairs, I posted in Discord with the Nintendo room. I have two Wii U's. Don't know how I got the second one, but both of them I am missing the gamepad for. So I can't actually use either one. And
Yeah, that's like crucial.
and trying to find just the gamepad is insane. Side of like, so I'm guessing I lost him in like the move to and from Michigan years back. But two Wii U's, don't know how I got the second. Neither one has a gamepad.
That sucks. Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, I have this. I'm not sure how.
Nice. Love to see it. Keanu Reeves in my bedroom, in my garage.
I got a Destiny Ghost. I also got 3 Halo books. And I got Destiny Grimoire books.
That's my World of Warcraft book collection. Not everyone appreciates the extra stuff like that.
But like honestly, too, bound thick leather bound book, thick pages. You know, if the Bungie director was buying Lambos, but we also got this, I mean, hey, you know, I mean, he at least we got this out of it.
No, you get Ghostbusters. Do you have?
Yeah,
Are you like a book collector or anything?
I would be. I definitely want to be. Now, money and a daughter is like not even on the realm, but I never went in on Destiny art books. I don't know why. Should have, but I guess it was just like, I don't need to yet. But now I'm like, I wish I had some. I have a Witcher art book that I got for like $5 I found somewhere. So I picked that up. That's cool. That's really cool. But I haven't beat that game, so I don't care as much about the Witcher franchise. But the art and that whole book is really cool. It's like a compendium as well.
that when I was in Minnesota a couple weeks ago, I stopped at Half Priced Books because they usually have a bunch of weird stuff in there, and they had like wrapped sealed book of World of Warcraft concept art and design images, but it's just of like the expansion intros and cutscenes and stuff, not like from the game. It's just the actual cinematics.
I almost showed you a titty on stream.
Woo! So we get the views.
That's crazy. Witcher. I mean, you should have known, right? The Witcher would have had a titty.
That bathtub.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just, yeah, this is the compendium. So a lot of art, but mostly about the world itself. So I just found that at a yard sale or something.
Oh, I should have grabbed. I have I wish I remember the site. They do sort of like coffee table style books on old systems, and I have one for the N64, and it literally has a mini like page or two chapter of every single game released for the N64 in alphabetical order. Like just fun facts and shit on it. What is that? Oh, you muted.
It's a game code for God of War Ragnarok.
Oh.
Whole game. Haven't used it.
Like you
Right
haven't
here.
played it, or you just have the code?
No, I just had the code. So I played it on PlayStation 4. Bought a PlayStation 5 because it ran like booty on my PlayStation 4. The fan blew up in it, and I replaced the
Ooh.
fan, still booty hole. So I bought a PlayStation 5 that had the bundle. I got a $10 upgrade instead, and I was going to sell it. Never sold it. I've had this since the game came out, like 2 months after it came out.
That's weird you got a code for it. Because I got the Horizon Forbidden West bundle, and I think mine was like installed on, I think.
Yeah, I really got to do something with this.
So,
Anyways, I grabbed that just because it was on top of my Destiny Ghost.
does that one talk? You make noise?
No, the Amazon Alexa Destiny Ghost that I had and I still have is somewhere else, where I would be like, "Hey Ghost, what's my loadout?" And it'd be like, "You have the tractor cannon on." I'd be like, "Thanks, Ghost." It would
That's
also read
fun.
me Destiny lore. That didn't work that well.
I like stuff like that. That's fun. It's like the Fallout 4 Pit Boy for the collector's edition. Like put your phone into it.
I wanted that one so
Yeah.
bad.
I
So
don't.
bad.
If there's just Apple phones, I think, right? I didn't have it at the time. That's why I avoided it.
Yeah.
Lame.
I was just like so out of a price range at the time, but Fallout 4 was my first Fallout. Fell in love with it. Probably the first game I truly loved. Just like got and like, oh, video game. I understand now.
It's all about that
I
credit
wanted
card
that
debt.
Pip Boy.
Me buying
No.
that $500 fucking Disney Lego Castle set last month involved in Miracle. Credit cards, right? Paid off eventually.
Yeah, that's rough. Eventually, yeah. Man, Legos.
Which that's another. I have it back here, kind of, but I do have the Atari Lego set behind me,
Yeah.
as
Did you
well
see it?
as it's almost done, but I do have my Pac-Man cabinet as well that I am almost complete with, which will go on the other side of the shelf when was finished. That's like a whole other level of shit and things, but
I got a pocket mask in case you need rescue breaths.
what the fuck? What? Is this where everything's on fire around you and it's smoky?
No, it's just a first aid thing.
Oh, okay.
I've been trained in so many levels of first aid.
I was like, I work at a healthcare facility. I've
happens?
never heard of this.
You've never heard what? It's just it's
We
just
do
a
not have
breathing
that.
mask, so
A lot of people are on like
Where-
oxygen tanks and stuff, I guess. I don't know.
it's just a mask.
Nobody gets back.
Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. Did you hear any of it?
I did, sadly.
Oh, what do you mean? Sadly, you gave me nothing on
Well,
that one.
it was like at first I was like, oh, he's
Also-
going like a General Grievous type sound, and then it went sound like the Bane. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I got really excited when I realized I could do Bane, and I didn't know how to do it. Anyways, this has devolved into
Yeah.
something.
A couple fun things though. If you're tuning in, watching this on YouTube later, if you have any fun things in your collection, unique things like my weird banjo, this isn't factual information magazine cutout, send it to us. I want to see. I like seeing people's stuff. People got the crazy game rooms and shit. Like I got full Wii collections and every 360 game ever. Nah, that's wild. I want the weird stuff. Show me the weird.
Original DS.
I've never had those.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that
That is
crazy?
tiny.
I know. Cannot find a charger for it, so bummed about that. I've
I
been
heard to
looking.
find. I lost my one for my 3DS. It took me like weeks to find one.
All right, we need to end the show because I'll keep finding stuff.
Keep finding things. With that, that'll be episode 75 of the Download Queue. This will be going live Monday morning. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube. What is?
I have a DualSense 4.
Okay, that's not
I
special.
played God of War on this. That's the only game I played on it.
PlayStation's let you down. I haven't played Death Stranding 2 on it. Oh, you couldn't have. Never mind.
No, I'm waiting
Wait.
for it to become on Xbox.
There you go. You got time to finish the first one. We'll hear about that next week, hopefully. Till then, hope you all have a great week. Happy gaming. What is that?
An audio receiver for mics.
Okay, that's too fancy. We'll catch you all next Sunday. Happy gaming. Be good to each other. Peace.